I don't know. Problem's now even bigger.
Yo,
What's going on? How you doing?
living life as much as I can.
Mm.
You know, I well, first off, I'm not, okay. Actually, lawyer, what's his name? Paul Hammerstein. Is he good?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in action. There's barely any lawyers because most have given up. That's why we need this bar association sooner than later.
Yeah, it's between him or Max Richer.
I don't know who that is. Sounds new. Oh shit! What happened?
It's apparently it's kind of hard to become a lawyer nowadays. Is it?
Correct. You have to go to like Sean, and he can help, but the entire system is like very slowed down. So
I know someone that apparently wants to become a lawyer, and he's pretty smart, but
have him talk to Sean.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Yeah, Sean Danielson.
Yeah. I got his number. Okay.
Hey, Marty.
That's good. What are you doing?
I'm having a chat with Flippy. I don't know the context at the moment, though.
Yeah, what's up, Tony?
Oh, how'd it go?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. You have a good one.
Good shit.
All right. He's dropping and he's going to endorse me at the debate.
Fuck yeah. Oh my God, that's going to be a fucking nuke.
That's right, baby. Right in the beginning, he's going to talk shit about Princess and say, fuck you, I'm dropping Team Marty for life.
Oh, shit.
That's right.
All right.
Can I come to your meeting with Flippy, or is it private?
I probably, yeah. There's,
You said what? Sorry?
I literally, it just started, so let me, is this something that Marty can listen in on, Flippy? Or is this? It's probably private. Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Let me know when if you want to do some shit.
Easy.
Chop it up, converse.
Yeah, let's fucking
for
do
the
it.
debate.
All right.
All right.
I'll give you a call.
All right. Good luck.
Bye. I'm gonna tell you straight up, Marty is. I don't know Marty that well, right? However, he seems pretty passionate in. I'm just gonna shoot straight, fucking ripping the fucking clicks out of the BCSO, and after what happened to me yesterday, like I'm just, brother. I don't know why people keep aggroing me before I'm about to retire. Like, first is the DOJ, and then yesterday, like, I want there's gonna be so much reform. Like, yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Bro, I was with Sab and Company, bringing materials to Eve Summers because her house burnt down 2 days ago. You know, like fucking wood and all that, so she can rebuild. This Quangle motherfucker, like out of the blue, comes in and tries to pull over a vehicle while it's being gassed up. He didn't have a reason for the stop. He kept making up new shit. And when I called him out on his ass, he tried to go down the direction of like, you're gonna get arrested for impeding the traffic stop, for asking what the traffic stop is about. When I did the right thing, quote unquote, and filed a complaint, it turned into why I wasn't willing to give the report to Romello, which I think is a dumb fuck. And that became the main problem, instead of like, hey, I don't know, just have him fucking apologize and not fucking do like, you know, fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like traffic stops where you're trying to start shit. You know what I mean? So.
All you have to do is say Quangle happened.
Wait, really? Is it that bad?
Yeah, Quangle is fucking dumb. He just does dumb shit on purpose just to be Quangle.
Oh my God. The guy you know what kills me too? They got rid of their TRT unit, right? Which kind of pissed me off in that they fired everybody, not even like with notice. High command didn't even know. And so, you know, Quangle's like a lead. I'm like, okay, so you gave this guy that doesn't even know, like, that violates people's rights, and you gave him a heavy rifle, and you're like, yo, you're the head of this? How is that going to work exactly? You know what I mean? Like,
you know, that's partially why I'm here, actually, to talk to you about it. Like, okay, so, well, actually, you know, a separate occasion, I got pulled over here by Ventura and Jen Mustard. They let me go, but they had backup. It was Quangle. and he was just being obnoxious, just to be obnoxious on purpose. He had sirens on, literally while the traffic stop is going for like a minute, just to annoy us. Like, okay, whatever. Like, I know he's trying to annoy me, so I just didn't really think much of
Okay,
it.
I'm not
Then I
tripping.
started driving away. He follows me, blatantly following me, just for no goddamn reason.
Shut up.
Follows me.
Oh my God.
I get on the highway. I'm like, okay, we're gonna shoot this guy because clearly he wants my attention, so I'm gonna give it to him. And then I get off the highway and then I go into like a dead end because he knows exactly what's gonna happen to him, and he just drove away. But like, he was looking. Yesterday he was looking. You know, I'll be honest. He was just in that mood, I guess.
Bruh. After my stop yesterday, he got Gitlin and himself. They followed us from Strawberry gas station all the way to Polito where Eve lives. And then sat outside of the house.
Pretty much what he tried to do to me, but he knew there was a bunch of us in the car and I was gonna play IK on him, so.
Bruh. So this is like someone yesterday I randomly ran into had the same problem with the same folks. So like this is, so what I'm getting here is this is like normal.
I go 100%.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, they're about to.
I guarantee nothing happened to him because nothing ever happens to PD. You know why we shot him down like a week or two ago? He went to the cul-de-sac of Mirror Park, by the way, in front of
and I'm the one tripping.
Said that it's his block.
Bruh. I said this during the complaint directly. I want this taken care of. I had to spend like God knows how many hours on this, brother. Like just cry-bullying. Imagine you make a complaint and all PD's doing is, what did you do wrong that is causing this? Why are you making me handle this? That's the attitude. And I will say straight that after my experience yesterday of these people just crying about accountability, the first thing I'm doing this week, as soon as I see Michael, is I'm creating a new law for California stops. If you get pulled over, they need to give you a reason, name, badge number, reason for the stop before they ask you any questions. Secondly, they need to open up their MDT and actually write the reason for the stop in there. They did this to themselves. I don't think I want to talk to anyone anymore. And oh no, I will. But like, there's no more Mr. Nice Guy. Like, this kind of shit is, I don't know. I said it to him. It's almost, it felt as though they wanted, like in that stop, it felt as though they wanted us to escalate beyond words because it's their benefit. And as cringe as that sounds, like, I don't know how else to chop it up. Like, I don't say that shit lightly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think the number one problem PD's always had is they are known for defending their fuck ups. And then they feel like, oh, I need to defend the fuck up that my main focus is the person that's talking about the fuck up rather than the actual fuck up itself. That's always been an issue.
You know?
So now what's going to happen is they're going to go up, say Quengo did this, Quengo's an idiot, yada, yada, yada. But they're not going to worry about the root of the problem, which is what Quengo's doing. They're going to be like, oh, Nino is just being a fucking idiot and he's just coming at us for no reason type shit. That's what's going to happen.
Bro, yes, I agree. That's exactly what I was thinking yesterday. That's what it felt like. You know, listen, there was kind of some, let's just say it was kind of some crazy shit happening yesterday, and Frost unintentionally shot me in the stomach. It wasn't even that big of a deal. You know what I mean? Like, it was an accident, like, you know, probably like, you know, unintentionally in his, you know, did some shit. And, like, I wasn't going to do anything, but you know what the immediate reaction was by PD? You made him do that. I was like, bro, I thought this whole thing was funny, and now you're trying to gaslight me as the victim? Like, fuck out of here. I will kill you all.
Yeah.
Anyways, but what happened?
You know, okay, so it's two issues I have. One, I want to get a good lawyer, and I want to. I'm just trying to be petty about this, to be honest, but pretty much, My properties got locked down, obviously, and it took him a couple hours before they actually raided it because first off, these dumb fucks decided to go raid Besties before us. So then they raided Besties, they got fucking smoked apparently. Then they came to raid our block, but we were aware of it. We had like 15 Hydra just sitting, literally pulled out lawn chairs, bro, just chilling, vibing in front of my house. They tell us to leave, which, you know, it's fine. But one question I have, and this happened during the raid, the first big raid that they tried to do that they fucked up. I was told by lawyers that they shouldn't be getting on top of our other private property that's only for their own benefit because they're trying to protect the raid. That's what I was told. So they were getting on top of rooftops of everybody else's properties and shit. So that's one issue, which is not that big. But what really ticked me off is they told us to leave the area, and I said, okay, fine. So I attempted to go to across like the house next to it, which again, my thing is, can they tell me to leave my like another private area? Like that's what I really want to fight, honestly. So we end up going to the next house over, which is another
so it's yes and no. Generally speaking, they cannot, as that is your property. You're on your private property, and therefore they have no right to be telling you any of that. If they wanted to, they could articulate that a bigger part of an area needs to be locked down due to public safety, right? And it's similar to the idea that if there was like a burning building, like let's say this entire thing was set on fire, right? PD has the right to give you a lawful order to like clear even this parking lot because it could be a danger to you. It could be in turn a danger to them as a side effect of having to monitor us, or a danger to others since we might be in the way. So that argument could be made. I don't think they're smart enough to make that argument.
Yeah, but I feel like here is an argument that I would never argue because this is in my property, you know.
But as an example, yeah, let's say we owned the building, even they could still do it. But I don't know if it's in law, so it's worth still kind of fighting it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I will say though, and this is the danger, and this is the reality, and you're probably not going to want to hear this, is due to the current state of the DOJ and them literally just sucking BCSO's dick, and this is like just the fact. They're worried. They're protecting it. Why? Because they're just all fucking... They're all PD people. Weiss is... Like, they all are, except like Faulkner and McNee. But, you know, that's like the brain cell that they share.
Speaking of Weiss, he's around right now. I'm going to fucking kidnap him for fun today. That's a goal, at least.
Damn. Oh, shit. I'm sure that's going to make some people happy.
Now. They're all blacking out.
The problem is that you do risk going to court with this, and they say that it was legal, and they make case law, and then you get even more screwed. You know? I would say hold that. Kill him. You know what? Right now, until the DOJ is
what
better.
Else happened, which I don't know if this helps or ruins the case in this situation, is we went to go to the house next to us. Yeah. And they still tried to detain people and cuff people, and they cuffed all of us, right?
Wait, eventually. While going in the house?
Oh, no, we weren't going in the house. We're just, well, to be honest, some people couldn't even get to the house. So they were already getting cuffed. But then when I was at the other house, Quango's cuffing me. And then he said that I'm under arrest for obstruction of justice. And then I actually, this is the one thing I regret. I did break cuffs the first time, but I didn't run or anything. I just sat there. I was just like arguing with him, like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he said, you're going to jail. And I'm like, okay, why? First he said obstruction. Then he said I resisted arrest, which, I mean, at that point, I kind of fucked myself. But then when we all got cuffed, we all got put into cars. And then they finished raiding all my properties around the area. Then they said, you guys aren't going to be arrested. We're just detaining you guys. So, I don't know. They were changing it up on why they were detaining us.
This is what happens when they... PD is fucking dog shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not trained, right? I'm all for... PD's got to be PD. But PD needs to follow the law, right? And the problem is, I think a lot of these degenerates don't actually know what they're doing, and they're making it up. And I would not bring it to court. It's 3 months ago, I would said bring it to court. Now I would say, you find Klangle, you fucking clap them up, and wait until myself and the next mayor fix this shit. And then so that you guys have an avenue to get the results you want. Otherwise, I'd say 80% chance you go to trial and the DOJ says that it's allowed and they made case law, like letting them do that and worse.
Yeah.
Ray Romanoff was mag dumped. His court case has still not been seen yet. And I still, to this day, regret telling him not to fucking raise hell on him. I said, do it the right way. Bring it to court. Whatever. 3 months later, an entire term later, he still didn't go to court yet. You know what I'm talking about, right? The mag dump situation?
No. I remember at one point, like, Ray was, like, hunting cops or something, but I don't really know much about it.
They did a Fleeka bank. They demanded a sandwich for their hostage, right, as part of their negotiations. And they called 78s. They got the hostage. Because they said they were like forcing cops to the scene. Ray and company get inside their vehicle to drive off. Before they even drive, the entire vehicle got mag dumped.
Manor dealt with the same thing at a cash exchange. They said, I want more cops or we're shooting the hostage. And then they breached them.
Asking for more cops, I can somewhat understand the argument. But Ray didn't even do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So... I don't know.
Well, anyways, the big thing that I'm trying to figure out here, Nino, I have $1 million warrant right now.
Oh.
And it's the stupidest fucking reason.
If that's the case, let's go inside.
Yeah. I already got chased because of it. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Actually, let's go somewhere else because, like, if you have to run, we're going to be stuck inside. So, what's your ping number?
I don't mind.
What's that?
I got boys to pick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll be.
I just don't want you getting stuck inside here. You know what I mean?
We're good. Trust me, we're good.
Give me just a second. Turner. Hey, Turner.
How you doing there, Nino?
I am doing okay. Busy day. You going to the debates?
What debates?
6 p.m.
35 minutes.
That is correct.
Right,
can I call you right back?
Academy starts. Yeah. Is it going to be within the next 15, 20?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Talk to you in a bit.
Bye-bye.
All right. Go for it.
Well, I have $1 million warrant for some papers.
For papers? What do you mean?
Yeah, FIB documents.
Oh no, they stacked it?
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because the dumb fuck Weiss, that was one of the things that they illegally put into law. And he was crying about it to the governor. He's like, oh, what if we find FIB documents? The governor's like, the FIB doesn't exist. What are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, but, and then he was like, well, how do we make those things illegal if we can't, like, just magically make them illegal? And the governor's like, you pass legislation, dumb fuck. And he was like, oh, yeah, but everyone's going to contest it because everyone's a fucking felon. And that's yeah. So
now I'll be the guinea pig and I got to suffer.
They stacked it?
It's stacked because it says it on the fucking charge. That's the worst part. It literally says this charge.
This is why these fucking brain dead fucks cannot be changing shit when they don't exist in the same. Bruh, if anything, that is an argument why that. Okay, you should fight that in court because fundamentally, the law is unconstitutional, not backed by legislation, and needs to be pulled. Lucky for you, we're already contesting it. We're already auditing it. So
See, that's the one thing that's annoying. Like, so I talked to Turner and he was like telling me about like penal code stuff because like he's like, as a PD, they're supposed to like force the law even if they don't necessarily agree with it.
That is correct.
He was telling me how like some judges consider legislation like part of penal code. Yeah, I don't know. It was a bunch of fucking lawyer stuff, to be honest.
The penal
he pretty
code
much said,
is
hey,
a part
I
of
don't agree with it,
legislation.
but I have to hit you with it, which I think is fucking lame.
It's unfortunately a byproduct of Director Angel and the mandate that she gave the police department about 7 months ago. And that's where the Den Act came from, right? So they removed police discretion. That used to exist for years.
That's so
Yes.
lame, bro.
And so if they don't do it, they can get fired or impeached and all kinds of shit. But you couple that with, like I said, get a FOIA of it. Please send me the FOIA. I'm going to use that in my argument. And if this thing gets audited, all those charges go away. Because the FIB documents, should they be illegal? 100%. But they got to legislate it and know what the fuck it is. In other words, they got to investigate what it is, what it, like, you know, how bad the problem is, and then make fines based on that, not just pull shit out of their ass because a cop told them. And that's the worst thing, that this document shit probably was a random thing given to a random cop who made up a random reason as to what level of legality it is.
Yeah. What's your state ID?
1166.
I mean, it's just so you have the raid bullshit that they took from me. But yeah, like I went to the courthouse the other day and I took a picture of the charge. By the way, it says any person who is found in the possession of a FIB document or other classified government document, then this charge is to be stacked for each document present. Literally says it should
That
be
is
stacked.
so
bro.
dumb, because I'm pretty sure those FIB documents are not what they think it is. And to make
They're
them all
fucking
equivalent is stupid.
Completely useless, by the way. Literally absolutely nothing to do with them. We're just holding on to them to see maybe something happens with them in the future. And I had a bunch of them, so now it's 40 months, 25K fine for one.
High key, you know what you should do?
Well,
Print a fake classified document
that's what I'm saying. Exactly. That's another argument I'm going to do.
and start, like, enter it into court and be like, I think, and the other thing you do is you plant it on a cop, like Quangle.
Honestly, like,
And you let
you
the
know
marshals
what?
find
I wasn't
out.
going to actually commit to printing it, but low key, I could just print them. I'm going to print a bunch of them and see what the fuck can they do about it.
Listen, gone are the days of playing fair and following the system. This is the shit that needs to be done in order to send the message, in my opinion. Yeah. All right.
Well, yeah, that's I'm probably gonna go back right now to jail, to be honest,
Yeah.
because I have a job to do. I'm gonna go find this judge, and I'm gonna probably gonna kidnap him. Cops are gonna end up catching on. Probably gonna get $400,000 fine because of cop shootout, and then $1 million fine for my warrant. Probably gonna get like 1,800 months in prison. So in 1,800 months, we'll have another conversation. I'll talk to you more about it.
Sounds good to me. And
All right.
All right.
Well, time to round.
You stay safe. That's a fucking patriot right there. Oh, 07 soldier.